What is going on, everybody? How are we doing today? Lamont at large. We are in Orlando, Florida. I'm going to take you to the location of where 22-year-old singer Christina Grimmie was shot and killed by an obsessed fan by the name of Kevin James Loibl. Without further ado, let's get right into the story. Many of you already know the story of what took place here back on June 10th of 2016, where 22-year-old Christina Grimmie was shot and killed by an obsessed lunatic fan. If you guys don't already know the story, I'm going to briefly just give you a quick background on what transpired. So Christina Grimmie became very, very popular by being on the 2014 season of the television program The Voice. It's basically a singing competition similar to American Idol. And she came in third that year, maybe a strong third, you can say, because it rose up her social media presence even more so. But before she was even on The Voice, she was already very well known on YouTube. She had a channel that had over 1 million subscribers, and on that channel she would sing and what have you. And she even opened up for Selena Gomez on one of her concert stops. And on top of that, she had a couple of her songs that were being played on Radio Disney. So this girl was not a stranger to being very well known. One of her friends had, talked her into starting a YouTube channel, and she did. And she was very, very shocked about how popular she became. Now, when you become very well known on social media, you are opening up your life to other people that do not know you. Most people have good intentions. However, unfortunately, some people have very bad intentions. Enter one, 27-year-old lunatic Kevin James Loibl. So this guy, he lives in St. Petersburg, Florida. He lives with his parents. We already have a slight problem there. Only working part-time, he works at a Best Buy, and his fellow employees, they would kind of rib him and make fun of him, maybe in a joking way, because of his obsession with the young 22-year-old singer Christina Grimmie. He had told his, I guess you can describe him as his only friend in the world, Corey Dennington. He told Corey, this girl is my soulmate. This girl and me, we're going to be together. We're going to have a family. I even met her after one of her concerts. So, she loves me. Now, I can't determine whether that's true or not. He could be lying. Who knows? But this girl doesn't know anything about this guy, has no clue on who he is, on what he's doing, has never heard of him. And this guy is deranged. He's just a deranged lunatic. And so when we go back to June 10th, 2016, so at that time, the Plaza Live here right in front of you, there's a concert going on. Now, I believe that Christina Grimmie is opening up for a local pop punk band here based out of Orlando. So she performs around 7 p.m., right? So she's done with her performance, and she's doing a meet and greet, signing autographs, probably at a merch table in the venue's lobby. So she's there, and she doesn't know it, but there is a lunatic that all he wants to do is meet her and love her, and he also wants to kill her. So Kevin James Loibl comes here, and he's armed with 2 handguns and a hunting knife. So he goes up to her merch table, and I'm not really sure what he says, but he pulls out a gun and shoots her 4 times right in front of her brother, Marcus Grimmie. So Marcus jumps up and tackles Loibl onto the ground, and they start fighting over the gun. And Marcus is trying to detain Loibl. However, Loibl's able to get away from him, and in the process pulls out another gun, I'm assuming, and puts it against his head and pulls the trigger, takes his own life. I don't know if he did it with the same gun that he shot her with, but I do know he was armed with 2 guns. So 911 is called, and by the time they get over here, they take her to the hospital, and that's where she's pronounced dead. Loibel, I believe, more than likely was pronounced dead here at this venue. Now, right now, it is closed because they're doing some renovations. All they found on his body was a card key to a room at the Courtyard Marriott, the 2 guns, and of course the hunting knife. And Corey Dennington, Loibel's quote-unquote only friend in the world, said that for like the last year of his life, this guy had been really obsessed with Christina Grimmie. And parents, they didn't know anything about it. All they knew is that he was always on his computer and always in his room. And he only had that part-time job, I believe, working at Best Buy. And that was it. Now, I want to tell you really quickly, this murder was probably overshadowed because just the very next day, a few miles away, the nightclub shooting here where 50 people were killed just happened like just a little past 24 hours later. So her murder, even though it did get a lot of media attention, it got overshadowed by the Pulse nightclub shooting. I want to read a quote, and I want to read this to you to tell you how grounded this young lady was, how grounded she was. In a magazine interview, she said that she didn't feel like she was famous. Quote, "I hate when people have big egos. My friend Lauren encouraged me to go on YouTube, and I did. And I really wasn't expecting anything from this. I have God, Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. I try to stay as grounded as I possibly can." You can tell that she was raised very well. And so Loibel's house was searched by the police. And here's something odd about that. So there was a sign that I don't know on the door. I don't know if it was the door to the front door of the house or his room. It says, quote, "Deepest sorrow for loss to the family, friends, and fans of the very talented Christina Grimmie. No other comments." When the police searched his room, there was absolutely nothing about Christina Grimmie in terms of books, magazines, pictures. I don't know how far they searched his social media. He didn't really have any social media. He didn't have an Instagram. He didn't have a Facebook or nothing like that at all. And of course, this is the venue where the murder occurred. That has got to be absolutely heartbreaking to be so young and you're doing everything that people dream of doing, being adored by fans and all of that, and to be murdered like that, to be cut down and right in front of your own brother. And her brother here just helping along, just helping his sister, you know, with you know, with the perils of being famous and the merch table and all that stuff, and just a very terrible and senseless murder. This is the final resting place of Christina Grimmie. Her mother lies next to her. Tina Grimmie, she died of breast cancer 2 years after her baby girl was murdered. Social media could be a very great and exciting thing. It could bring the wonders and joy It could bring riches, fame, success, and unfortunately in stories like this, it also brings great tragedy. Rest in peace to both mother and daughter. Two women who left this earth way, way too early. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm hitting the road. Catch up with you on the next vlog. Be good, y'all. Love your life every day. Don't ever take today for granted, and I don't, and neither should you. I'll see you on the next video, God willing. Peace out.